What's up, everyone? It's Ryan Muehlfeld here with Born to Trade FX, and today's a really exciting day. Reason why is I'm going to be revealing some secrets about our kangaroo tails and big shadows. So a lot of our students have been crushing it lately, and I have really cool results to show you guys at the end of this video, so make sure to stick around. But all of our students have been doing very well, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a little sneak peek in what it would look like if you were going to be one of our members of our academy and getting the signals on a day-to-day basis. I'm going to go through what our students look for and what exactly are their guidelines before they're taking a kangaroo tail. Because I know there are a lot of other indicators out there that show kangaroo tails, but I personally have done a lot of back testing over the years, and I found exact, very specific criteria to use when taking these signals to get the most optimal results. So I'm going to hop right in here and I'm going to show you guys just a couple of quick things. So first of all, I'm going to take you into our paid subscriber group where all of our traders get signals straight to their Telegram group right here. And so basically what it looks like, it's going to pop up and it's going to say something like this. It's going to show you kangaroo tail on AUD JPY on the 1 hour time frame. And it's going to tell you the price to sell it at, and it'll also tell you your stop loss. Now, all of our paid members know do not follow the TP levels. They need to take profit at the next supply and demand zone or go for a 1 to 5 or 1.5 to 2 risk to reward. And so that's what all of our traders are going to be looking for. They're not going to be taking any of these TPs here. So if you see any screenshots, this is something I'm working on fixing, but currently right now, they're not taking take profit off that because you can see the risk to reward isn't right. Now I'm going to jump in here. I'm going to show you what our traders look for when they're on the charts and what they really want to have for a specific criteria of like a profitable strategy. So let me jump in here. I'm going to actually share all my notes just for you on the screen here. So give me 1 second. So these are exactly the specific criteria that I have all of our students look for. And I'm actually going to go through this trade for you guys right now on AUD JPY. And so you can see, first of all, the first thing that you want to look for is it to be on a supply and demand zone, which if you guys don't know what that is, we are going to be making more videos and we'll be sharing about what supply and demand is. However, easy is right here. This is an area where the market pushed up really hard and pulled back. So there's sellers at this area of the market. You can see our kangaroo tail is actually coming up right to this area here. So that's the first thing that we look for. Second, it must be larger than the last 3 candles. So that means C1 through C3 must be green on that Telegram channel that I showed you, which we'll jump back over there in a second. Now, what you want to do is place your stop order below the close if it's a sell and above if it's a buy. So in this example here, since this is a sell, what we're going to do is place our sell stop right here. Has to be below the candle though. So basically the only way you're going to get executed is if this very next candle pushes lower than where this was. If this didn't push lower, we would have never gotten executed. Now, the next step, let's move back over to here real quick. You place your stop loss above the high or the low, and you place it at least 5 pips above or below. You want to give it a little bit of breathing room. So if we're at 25 pips right here, you want to bring it up to at least 30 right there, right about there. And then take profit is at the next zones. So what I mean by that is when I'm looking at this chart here, supply and demand zones. So let's look at areas where the market has pushed up from. You can see this was a big area where the market reversed and came back to this area. So maybe my first take profit is going to be right here, which is a 1.6 risk to reward. So that's right around the area that we'd like to take our first take profit. And then the second area that I'd be looking for, maybe a little bit more aggressive, would be farther down here where we could actually try to take profit. Let's zoom back out a little bit more on the chart, see if we get any data. So I'd be looking to take my next take profit probably right around here where the market ripped out of this resistance area that it did before. Should be down here. And then you can see we would have hit this. We would have had to held the trade a little bit longer, but we would have caught 129 pips total on this trade here, 4.3 risk to reward. So I always say shoot for 1 to 5 to 2 risk to reward. That's for TP1. Now, if you think the market's going to keep pushing farther, you can keep holding. And what I like doing is once my first take profit gets hit up here, I'm putting my stop loss at break even. Now this trade is risk free and I can just ride it all the way down. So that's the next thing I look for is take profit at the next zones. Make sure to study up on that if you're confused by that. Now, the next thing that's very important, and it's the last one, is it must have room to the left. So 10 candlesticks minimum. What I mean by that is when you go into the chart here, what I like to do, I'm going to erase this square for a second, is I'll take a square tool and I'll draw it from the very top of this wick and I'll just draw it over. And you want to make sure you just have it exactly right there. And you can see how nothing is touching it right now. This is a huge clear sign that the market has not traded at this area or this price level, I should say, in an extremely long time. You can see it all the way back to over here. So if I do the tool, let me delete this really quick. Has not traded it till all the way over here, which is 55 days ago was the last time price was at this level. So it's showing that it has not traded in this area for a very long time. Now, what I wouldn't like is, for example, if this was a kangaroo tail right here, what you want to do is count the candles to the left of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see how if I took this tool and drew it over, it hits this wick here. So that'd be the 5th candle. So that wouldn't qualify as a kangaroo tail. So obviously there's many reasons why, but that's one that would make it not qualify is because there's not enough candlesticks to the left for basically I want a clear area here where it showed that market tried to push up and then got rejected and sent back down. So you can tell it's a clear sign of reversal. So that's the last thing that I do look for on all my trades here. So make sure to have these written down. Now what's nice is about our Telegram channel is we actually put all of the criteria that you need right there. So what I was talking about, C1 through C3, it's right here. It's going to tell you this is basically candlestick 1 to the left, candlestick 2 to the left, candlestick 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way through 10. And it'll tell you if this candlestick right here that just closed is bigger than this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, all the way up to the last 10. So it fits that criteria right away. You don't have to do the work. We do the hard work for you. That's what our robot does. And so you can keep going through all these and looking at them. This seems like a great setup here. It's higher than the last 10. It's on a pretty big supply and demand area where it seems like market's kind of chopping around here and it can't push up any higher. That would have been a great setup. Right here, your JPY seems like a great setup here. It's on a pretty big support on a strong uptrend. Could have kept pushing up here. And it's showing you right here too if you should take the trade or not. And so I could go through a lot more of these. Our traders have been winning a lot lately. So what I want to do is actually take a second and show you guys some of the results. So I've been back testing these for over the past 3 months here. And you can see these are all the results. And I still have a little bit more data to put in here from this week. But over the last 2 months, we have gotten over 2,700 pips on TP1 and 4,100 on TP2. Now, everyone counts pips differently. For some of you, this is going to be 27,000 and 41,000. But regardless of that, if you do the math here, per month, we're making about 1,300 pips on TP1 and 2,000 on TP2. Now, if you took a 1-lot trade on each of those, you'd make 6,700 on just your first take profit. And your second take profit, you'd make about 10.2K. So if you add those up, it adds up to about 17,000 that you're making per 1 lot on your trade. Now, obviously, you need to scale your account to get that high to be able to do that because we do incur losses throughout the way here. We do have some pretty good win streaks right here, and you can see the amount of pips. So there are, obviously, you can see like right here is a perfect example where we do get some more choppy weeks. Week 3 was pretty choppy. And then week 4 and week 5 were flawless almost. And so what I like to do is just make sure to balance your risk to reward and also never risk too much per trade. But you can see once you scale your account up bigger, you can start making pretty big money or pretty like big profits. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. It's been going very well, and I wanted to just really kind of share what it would look like if you were to join the academy, get access to all of our signals. You'd be able to see the exact trade setups that we take on a day-to-day basis and how a lot of our traders have been profiting. So if you guys want more info on that, just make sure to check out our website at borntotradefx.com. Also follow us on Instagram. We post a lot of new updates there and also just trading tips for traders. It's at borntotrade.fx. Otherwise, we hope to see you guys in the academy. We're coming out with some really cool software here soon and some pretty big announcements too. So make sure to be following us on social media. If this video helped you out, please subscribe and hit the like button. It's going to help us out with the YouTube algorithm. It's going to help us reach more people and help us change more lives and help them live the life of their dreams. Thanks, guys. We hope to see you guys soon and see you guys in the academy.